It all starts right now.
Let the celebration begin.
Oh my goodness! He got it for the win! Right here, right now. Unbelievable!
Best basketball that we have ever seen.
You're watching ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal. Welcome to the Barbasol Horizon League Men's Basketball Championship. Tonight from downtown Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the 4th seed Youngstown State Penguins taking on the regular season champions and top seed, the Robert Morris Colonials. Let's take a look at the bracket in the Horizon League, which brings us to the championship game tonight. Last night, Robert Morris's 79-76 win over last year's champion Oakland in overtime. And then Youngstown State a 2-point win over Cleveland State. But in the opening game, Jason Woodrich's three put Oakland up 4 late. But then Cam Woods knocks down the triple, then driving and gets to the basket, scores on the foul to send the game to overtime. And that's where the Colonials dominated. DJ Smith the three, and Robert Morris for the first time in the Horizon League championship game. But in the second game, Cleveland State and Youngstown State, the longtime rivals, started out with both teams struggling to score, but Dylan Arnett got the Vikings on the board. Gabe Dines then throws down the dunk for the Penguins, but late in this one, Youngstown State trailing. Ty Harper hits the three, gets to the line. A 4-point play lifts the Penguins to their first ever appearance in the Horizon League championship game. And welcome inside Corteva Coliseum alongside David Padgett. I'm Jordan Burnfield. Two teams playing for the first time ever in the Horizon League Championship with a chance to get to the NCAA tournament.
Well, we had two incredible basketball games last night, and tonight should be no different. Robert Morris has won 15 of their last 16, basically run through the Horizon League over the last month and a half. But Youngstown State relied on their defense the last couple of games to get here tonight. This is going to be a very intriguing matchup.
And the Penguins are also going to rely tonight on Nico Gillette, who has been real key to the Penguins' success.
Well, ever since losing E.J. Farmer, their leading scorer 6 games ago, it's kind of been a by-committee effort from the Penguins. And last night, Nico Gillette really stepped up and built that stat sheet, did a little bit of everything. Wasn't the prettiest game from an offensive standpoint that we've seen from either team, but the Penguins found a way to get it done. But on the other end, Cam Woods really just took the game over, especially the last couple of minutes of regulation and overtime, knocking down a huge three, making a couple of big plays. He's really going to set the pace for this Robert Morris team that relies on their offense against Youngstown, who has been great defensively over the last couple of weeks. This is going to be a heck of a basketball game.
Robert Morris Colonials, after their win over Oakland, have won 9 straight games and 15 out of 16. Their last loss came on February 2nd. And Youngstown State, with their win over Cleveland State last night, have now won 7 of their last 9. So two teams playing extremely good basketball of late. And the Horizon League Championship is underway. And the top-seeded Colonials will start with the basketball. There's Josh Omajafo at the top of the key, finding Cam Woods, who had those 23 last night. Here is Amarion Dickerson, and he knocks down a three to start the game.
Robert Morris, all 5 guys can shoot the three, and right away, Youngstown State electing to switch everything. And I think they were almost challenging Amarion Dickerson to see if he could knock one down, and he did not hesitate for 1 second to shoot that basketball.
Now Youngstown State on offense for the first time as Chris Carroll gets to the paint. Jawan Maxey straddling the end line and now puts up a three of his own, misses there, and it's rebounded by Alvaro Fulgaris, the Horizon League Player of the Year. Take a look at the starting 5 for Robert Morris. They've been one of the hottest teams in the country, and certainly the hottest in the Horizon League. And Cam Woods drills a three from the wing, and what a start for the Colonials.
What a start is right. Cam Woods picking up right where he left off last night, just dominating that basketball game. Robert Morris, reason why they've won 15 out of their last 16 is their ability to score, getting off to a great start tonight.
Nico Gillette for 3. That rims out, and the rebound to Dickerson. Robert Morris, a team that averages nearly 77 points per game. Cam Woods going to work again against a double. Now Omajafo gets into the paint, puts it off the window and in.
Well, Andy Toole could not have asked for a better start to this basketball game. They are just so dangerous because all 5 guys can shoot it, all 5 guys can put it on the floor, and they're a terrific passing team, average 17 assists per game. You got to pick your poison on how you're going to try to stop them. They're clicking on all cylinders so far in the first 2 minutes.
Ty Harper, step back 3, that won't go. And the Colonials, already with an 8-0 start, can add to it here in the first 3 minutes. Cam Woods driving in on Sima Utendahl. Can't get that to go. And Utendahl the rebound for the Penguins. Golette spinning into the lane, puts it up in traffic and misses there. Now Fulgaris nearly has it ripped away from him. Finds Omajafo, who misses the dunk. But the Colonials keep, and Woods drills a 3 from the corner. An 11-0 start for the Colonials of Robert Morris.
Ethan Faulkner may have to get a timeout here just to settle his guys down a little bit. Just when you think there's going to be a highlight dunk, it ends up turning into a 3. And a good back cut there by Sima Utendahl to get the Penguins on the board. Maybe just take a deep breath here if you're a Youngstown State fan. Robert Morris just coming out scorching.
Well, last night in the semifinal, it was Oakland that came out hot against the Colonials, who had to come back several times in that game to overcome last year's champion in the Golden Grizzlies. There's Andy Toole, the Horizon League Coach of the Year in his 15th season at Robert Morris. Last night, his 251st career victory at RMU. He has done a phenomenal job with this team. Robert Morris entered the Horizon League in the 2021 season, and now 5 years in, on the precipice of their first Horizon League championship.
Well, Andy Toole, no stranger to the NCAA tournament. Took Robert Morris' program to the NCAA tournament. Actually won a game in the first 4 when they were in the NEC about 10 years ago. But you see, after winning 10 games a year ago, 25-8, and we mentioned it in the open, they dominated the Horizon League over the last month and a half of the season. Just absolutely almost unbeatable. And based off the first 3 minutes of this game, you can see why.
Yeah, they've won 15 of their last 16 games. And splitting at the line is Dickerson. 12-2 start. Youngstown State playing without their leading scorer, E.J. Farmer, who had a staph infection and was in the hospital for over 2 weeks. He is back, and he is getting healthier, but of course unavailable in this tournament. Despite that, last night, able to overcome Cleveland State 56-54. So far in a 12-2 hole. Nico Golette trying to change it with a 3.
A good job there by Sima Utendahl, getting the ball close enough to the lane to collapse that defense a little bit. And Youngstown State only shooting about 32% on the season from behind the arc, but they certainly will take their fair share. They don't hesitate, even though they have not shot it particularly well all season.
And a near turnover, but it will stay with the Colonials. 13 to shoot for Robert Morris.
Gabe Dines, the 7'3" sophomore, leads the second in the country in block shots. Was a difference maker last night against against Cleveland State. Be very interesting though to see against this Robert Morris team. Navarro Fulgaris, you mentioned it, Horizon League Player of the Year. He can step out and knock down the 3. So Gabe Dines can't just sit in the lane. He's got to get out there, and we see it right here.
Fulgaris now trying to get around Dines, gets the bucket and a foul. Alvaro Fulgaris, the Horizon League Player of the Year, will go to the line when we return.
Robert Morris coming out of the gates hot. Cam Woods coming off a 23-point performance last night. Alvaro Fulgaris, Horizon League Player of the Year. Colonials rolling here early.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. Kayla Carius and the Green Bay women's basketball team knocked off Purdue Fort Wayne 76-63 to capture their second straight Horizon League Women's Championship. Forget the water celebration. You get the shaving cream celebration here in Indianapolis.
Hey, it's better than having a bunch of mayo dumped on you like the Duke Mayo Bowl.
Yeah, I think you could probably get that off a little bit easier than the mayo. But so far, a incredible start for the Robert Morris Colonials, 14-5. And Alvaro Fulgaris will go to the free throw line after scoring around Gabe Dines for Youngstown State. Last night, Fulgaris didn't have his best game. Last night, he had 12 points, 4 rebounds, but fouled out against Oakland late in regulation. Despite that, the Colonials still able to come through with the victory with him out in those precious late moments. Can't come through with a free throw there. So we'll see, maybe tonight Fulgaris gets going a little bit for the Colonials in the championship game.
You saw it on that last possession before the break. Robert Morris went right to the ball screen, pick and pop with Fulgaris, and he popped. And because he could shoot the ball so well, Gabe Dines had to respect it, but he just put it on the floor and went right by him for the finish.
Here's Juwan Maxey, gets into the paint around Prather, but misses from close in. Ryan Prather Jr. in off the bench for the Colonials, finding Cam Woods at the top. Out of the corner, Prather stops on the baseline, jumper off target. Dickerson's tip back rolls off the side of the rim.
Good job that time by Youngstown State, recognizing that Ryan Prather is in the game to shoot threes. Closed out on him, made him put the ball on the floor and take a tough mid-range.
Nico Gillette called for the offensive foul. Bumped right into Dickerson. And the first on Gillette.
Well, Marion Dickerson, the defensive player of the year in the Horizon League, moving his feet. Give a little credit there on selling that one to the officials, but got in position just in time, according to the eyes of Tim Comer.
Ishmael Plett, the inbound. Last night, Ishmael Plett played some absolutely huge minutes for the Colonials.
Well, Robert Morris had no answer whatsoever for Alan McCabe from Oakland inside, and in the second half, Ishmael Plett was a difference maker because of his physicality.
Now spinning around, Dines in a miss. Second opportunity is redirected by the nation's second leading shot blocker. And now Dickerson denies Ty Harper on the other end. That's why he's Horizon League Defensive Player of the Year. Oma Jaffo a three for the wing, that won't go.
Well, Gabe Dines certainly was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, but you can see why Amarion Dickerson's got it. My goodness, what a recovery block. We saw a couple of these last night as well, just covering ground and timing it perfectly. That's such a quick jump, get to the rim. But you see, the last couple times down, Robert Morris has gone inside to challenge Gabe Dines, but he has been very effective. And even if he doesn't block the shot, he's going to alter it at the very least. So you know he's back there, and it changes your mindset when you're trying to score around the rim.
Here's Jason Nelson in off the bench for YSU. Floats it through the lane, that won't go. Rebound tipped out to the Colonials, and Oma Jaffo will bring it across. Cam Woods takes the screen from Plett, misses the three. Prather in for the rebound. Oma Jaffo now for three. That won't go, and Dines able to grab the rebound with those long arms.
Youngstown State very fortunate there. Robert Morris got two great looks at three. He's unable to knock either one of them down.
Maxey finding Gillette, but Plett right there to defend him. Now Gillette into the lane, reverses in and off the glass, puts it through. Nico Gillette, 5 first half points.
Ishmael Plett did a good job initially of moving his feet, but couldn't tell if he stumbled or not. But Nico Gillette also has the ability to shoot, so you got to respect it. But he's a great ball handler and has the ability to go by people. Good finish with the reverse in the left hand.
Oma Jaffo trying to get through Dines, and a foul is called. There's Ethan Faulkner, the head coach of the Youngstown State Penguins, who has done a brilliant job taking over for Jared Calhoun, who is now at Utah State. Faulkner's been on the staff for a long time. He was on it for 5 years before getting to move over a chair to that head coaching spot. And one of the key reasons why Gabe Dines stayed with the program this year, and E.J. Farmer, two of the key pieces for the success of the Penguins in the 24-25 season. to shoot now. Cam Woods into the paint, stops and puts it up on Ayudendal, and it falls through.
Cam Woods just almost picked up his dribble and got stuck a little bit. Just said, you know what, I'm going to take the mid-range jump shot. And in real time, didn't see a ton of contact, but made, I guess, just on the elbow there, just enough. It got friendly roll on top of it.
Yeah, Sima Ayudendal's having the same reaction. He said, what'd I do? But Cam Woods will now go to the free throw line for a three-point play. And connects.
Cam Woods just time and time again, we saw it last night at the end of regulation and overtime, just comes up with huge plays when it looks like his team just has nothing going. That time, that play was just almost a broken play offensively. Didn't really have much, but came up with the three-point play.
Jawan Maxey now from deep.
And in talking with Andy Toole earlier today, the Robert Morris head coach, his concern was Youngstown State can score by committee with so many guys. Great ball movement here by Robert Morris.
C.J. Smith got Ayudendal up and then misses the three, but Cam Woods grabs the rebound. And now Woods jumped and tried to find somebody underneath the basket, but could not.
Well, he turned around and thought he was open, and then he saw a 7'3" Gabe Dines standing there and decided to get shooting it.
And now Dines in over play.
How about the catch and finish by Gabe Dines? That was a tough catch as a big guy rolling like that to catch and finish off the glass.
Gabe Dines certainly known as a defender, but he has shown some nice offensive moves in this tournament. And we've now got a timeout on the floor with Youngstown State trying to creep back in. Down 5 after a hot start for the Robert Morris Colonials in the Horizon League Championship game.
Seth and Zubin in the studio. Looks like in double overtime, Cal's going to hold off Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament.
Stokovich is just a tough matchup, transfer from Stanford, along with his coach, I guess you could say, who is a Stanford star and a terrific dancer. Big-time win for Cal in the first year in the ACC.
That's Mark Madsen. Guess who they get next? Stanford.
All right, and then you take a look at the ACC tournament bracket. You'll be able to watch it all week long on the ESPN family of networks. And Notre Dame, the 1-point win over Pittsburgh. You just saw Cal last week.
Saturday, I was in South Bend. Notre Dame Cal went 4 overtimes. 72 hours later, they go to double overtime, and they've been on the road for 9 days now because of the East Coast trip and then the ACC tournament. So a great win for Mark Madsen's team if they can hang on.
So a lot of good games coming up in the ACC tonight. We conclude the Horizon League Basketball Championship. 11:34 to go here in the first half of play, and Robert Morris up 17-12. But Youngstown State starting to build something here. They got off to a rough start, but you're seeing their offense start to come alive a little bit. And now Youngstown State's going to get the basketball, a turnover on the Colonials.
Well, Robert Morris started 5 of 7 from the field, but they're only 1 for their last 10. Give Youngstown State a lot of credit for weathering that storm. As well as Robert Morris came out of the gate shooting the basketball, Ethan Faulkner did a great job of keeping his guys composed. Right back in this basketball game.
Ty Harper trying to get to the lane. Kick out to Chris Carroll. Top of the key, 3 won't go. And Fulgaris had that tip off his fingertips, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Penguins. Carroll spins into the lane and scores over Dickerson.
That's the guy. Chris Carroll had a quiet night last night, but he's very skilled. And you saw the underneath that bounce play right there. It was just a simple isolation, a double screen in the corner to occupy the help defense. And Chris Carroll's very skilled. Put the ball on the floor, and all of a sudden Youngstown State with a little momentum. Their crowd trying to get into the game here a little bit.
And another miss from the Colonials as Cam Woods can't get that to the rim. And now Youngstown State can tie it with a 3. Carroll through the lane, blocked by Fulgaris. DJ Smith's pass almost too far for Fulgaris. Now the step back jumper against Dines, no. Rebounded Prather, puts it in off the glass.
Great offensive rebound there by Ryan Prather, but that shot from the corner from Alvaro Fulgaris, that's a tough shot. And you got the bigger Gabe Dines on it. If you can't go by him, just get it reversed and try to get a better look than a step back three. But Gabe Dines had a huge impact in this game on both ends of the court. And I think we're going to get an illegal screen here on Ty Harper.
And it's going to send the ball back to the Colonials.
It was just a simple slice cut back screen, and Marion Dickerson went to the ground, and Ty Harper's going to pick up the personal foul and turnover for the Penguins.
Five-point lead for the top-seeded Colonials of Robert Morris, trying to win their first Horizon League championship since joining the league 5 years ago. Youngstown State has never won the Horizon League tournament. They have never been to the NCAA tournament. Sima Utendahl drills a three.
And that is the one guy in a red jersey that Robert Morris cannot lose, even in the open court. One of the best times to shoot a three is in transition, but a great find. Sima Utendahl picking up after a great game last night, knocked down a couple of huge threes in the second half against Cleveland State.
13 points last night, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. And now the ball gets tied up at half court. And the officials over at the scorers table here with 9:23 to go here in the first half.
Great hands there by Nico Gillette just to get the deflection and getting out on the break, and just a great little pitch back to Sima Utendahl for the three. This is going to take a look at the shot clock here, which reset when it shouldn't have, so we're going to have 15 left.
Utendahl has now made 6 starts with E.J. Farmer out for Youngstown State. And he, with those 13 points on 5 of 7 from the field last night, was huge in Youngstown State's win over Cleveland State to advance to this championship game tonight. 3 seconds to shoot for the Colonials. Here's Dickerson. Puts it off the window. Tough shot. Got it to go.
Yeah, that's good defense. It's just a good shot there by Marion Dickerson. Just a tough shot. You live with that one. But Youngstown State has ratcheted up the ball pressure. Last night, that was the difference in the game. They just simply were relentless the entire 40 minutes against Cleveland State.
And now Utendahl again. This three won't fall. Omajafo the rebound. Last night, high defensive intensity between Cleveland State and Youngstown State. Off the Fulgaris miss. Utendahl finding Gillette for 3. That's too short.
Probably an ill-advised three there just early in the clock after one pass up the court.
Now Fulgaris, cross-court pass Omajafo, trying to get through 2 Penguins and does. Strong move from Josh Omajafo.
Well, I thought that skip pass from Fulgaris was going to get stolen, but Omajafo ended up with it. Great strong finish there, some contact, but the officials letting them play early in this game, which you like. In a game with this kind of meaning on the line, you want to let these guys play and earn it.
Ty Harper into the lane, has that one redirected by Dickerson. Now Gillette against Fulgaris, no. And Fulgaris is trying to rip it through from Gillette, and it brings us to a timeout on the floor with 7:45 to go. Opening half of the Horizon League Championship. Youngstown State and Robert Morris. Coming up next on ESPN at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, it's the West Coast Conference Championship game. Gonzaga takes on St. Mary's in Las Vegas. The Zags have played in every WCC championship game since 1998. That is 27 straight years.
Is that good?
I would say it's very good. It's honestly truly remarkable. You think about that, 27 years in a row. And as the WCC, David, continues to get better, they remain the constant.
Absolutely. And St. Mary's is a heck of a basketball team this year. And San Francisco was very, very good this year. The WCC has been great all year. But you're right, 27 straight years of making it to your conference championship game. That's insane.
It seems impossible. And now Utendahl, the air ball on a 3. And it'll turn over to Robert Morris. Jason Nelson back into the game. Chris Carroll goes to the bench. Carroll averages 9 points per game for this Youngstown State team. Cam Woods finding DJ Smith as the Colonials will set things up. Fulgaris trying to get around Dines, and Gabe says no. Bounces around and out of bounds. It'll be Youngstown State basketball.
The last time these two teams played, Gabe Dines was a huge factor, had 6 blocks, and you see just the timing to go up and get that after Fulgaris let it go. Just an incredible block. And if you're Ethan Faulkner, you got to be really excited about that, because that was Fulgaris putting the ball on the ground and trying to go by Gabe Dines with just a recovery block. Terrific defense.
And now Gillette into the paint, scores, and the foul on Dickerson.
Marion Dickerson not very happy with that call, but anytime you lose your feet, especially against a smaller player, there's no need to leave your feet right here. Just don't bite on the shot fake, stay down. If Gillette scores over you, so be it. You can get the basket back, but you can't get that foul back. But a great job there by Gillette with the head fake, drawing the contact.
And so now Nico Gillette to the free throw line. He is a near 76% free throw shooter. Now, oddly last night, Youngstown State, which is a pretty solid free throw shooting team at 73%, really struggled at the line for the game. They shot 52%, but despite that, still got the win over Cleveland State.
Well, that was a defensive slugfest, one of the more interesting ones we've seen. That first half, we didn't know that any team was going to crack 40 points, but luckily the offense picked up a little bit. But that's what Youngstown State's been hanging their hat on these last couple of games that have gotten them to this point, is their ball pressure, quickness out front, just trying to disrupt teams offensively.
Now here's Fulgaris at the top. Gabe Dines right on him. Majafo trying to lead Dickerson. Got by Gillette and slams it home.
And I was wondering at some point coming into this game when Robert Morris was going to start going to their backdoor action. They're a terrific passing team, like we mentioned in the open, and they do a great job of reading. If they're being denied, it's just a simple rule. Go backdoor, and great execution that time for the dunk.
Majafo off the pass from Smith. Fulgaris looking at that 7-3 Dines and passes underneath. Oh, Majafo the lay-in. What a no-look feed from Fulgaris.
How about the vision there by Alvaro Fulgaris, and a great back cut by Josh Omajafo. And they do such a terrific job of cutting off the basketball. You saw it the last 2 possessions for easy layups.
And now Nelson the missed 3, and the Colonials are going to run it out. But Utendahl got a hand in there, knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with RMU.
Gabe Dines has done a very nice job of defending Alvaro Fulgaris, but you see there Jason Nelson just getting lost, ball watching, and a great back cut. Josh Omajafo and a great no-look pass. You see 9 assists on 11 made field goals. Just one of the better passing teams in the Horizon League.
Now Cam Woods going in on Utendahl. Puts it up and gets it to fall. Cam Woods off to another good start tonight. 11 points in the early going for the senior guard.
His dribble penetration last night in the second half against Oakland was really one of the differences in the game. Just so good getting by his man in one-on-one situations. And for a guy that's not that tall, he finishes really well around the rim.
Cam Woods last year playing for that NC State team that had the magical run through the ACC tournament and went to the Final Four. Now Dickerson got an arm on Gillette and picks up the foul. Second personal foul against the Horizon League's Defensive Player of the Year. And so he'll go to the bench, and Ishmael Plett will check back in. Ty Harper coming back in for Youngstown State as well, as Utendahl will go to the bench.
Keep an eye here on Gabe Dines. They love to run this little back screen lob for him, getting to the rim. That time they ran it for Gillette, but well defended by Robert Morris.
They inbounded to Dines, and he's looking for somewhere to go with it. Dines Gillette. Gillette fadeaway jump shot. Pure. Look at that shot from Nico Gillette.
That was really good defense from Ishmael Plett. Moved his feet. And not a whole lot else you can do right there, but just great touch on the fadeaway. Who says the mid-range jump shot is a lost art?
Not anymore, not in this game. Now Fulgaris going to work on Dimes.
You got to travel here.
And he
That's
traveled,
a good call there by Tim Comer. And just that's the presence of Gabe Dines. I know I'm beating it like a dead horse, but it just, he does a really good job of moving his feet. You can't shoot the three because it's going to be challenged. And then even though he got the little bump there, he recovered well.
Gabe Dines already 3 blocks tonight. He has the 3rd most blocks in Youngstown State history, up to 161. And what a move underneath for Jawan Maxey.
And a great pass by Chris Carroll. Just a 1-4 high with the back screen on the opposite elbow. Great feed, great finish.
4 straight points for the Penguins. And now Woods given space for 3, misses there, Plett the rebound. And Woods will bring it out, and now Prather driving baseline through traffic and draws the foul. And Gillette will pick up the foul. Second foul against Gillette, and it brings us to another timeout on the floor.
Well, the Colonials of Robert Morris got out to a great start, but Seema Udall knocking down the 3 in transition, and on the other end, Marion Dickinson with the finish. Who's going to punch their ticket here in Indianapolis?
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team.
Chef Jay Zubin coming up at the half. ACC Day 1, a double OT classic, and a controversial finish to boot. All that and more coming up at the half. What have we seen in the first half?
Andy Tool's done a terrific job at Robert Morris, and this team, 15 more wins than a year ago.
Yeah.
Why? They've gotten back to their identity, which is being tough, physical, and defend.
Just saying how hard it is every year for these mid-majors because they keep getting plucked by the Power 4, Power 5 conferences. So the fact that he's continuously here talks about the sustained excellence for Andy Toole.
No doubt. We'll have all that and more coming up at the half. Jordan, Coach, see you then.
All right, thank you, Zubin. And so far, Youngstown State hanging in there after Robert Morris started the game on an 11-0 run. And Youngstown State, little by little, starting to come back in this ball game. But as they have gotten closer, Robert Morris has found a way to extend the lead back out, leading 30-24 now with 3:52 to go. Prather splits at the line. Gabe Dines there for the rebound, who's already got 3 blocks tonight. He's moved over 100 for the season, 2nd in the nation in shot blocking. Jason Nelson whips to the corner. Here's Maxey for 3, no. Nelson right there for the putback, no. And then Dines is fouled on the 3rd try underneath the hoop.
That was almost the exact same play that Youngstown State ran last night at the end of the game to get Ty Harper that 3 that he hit in the corner and got fouled. And Jawan Maxey got a great look. You see Jason Nelson here driving baseline. Got to have somebody in the corner. Maxey was there, just unable to knock it down, but a good job by Nelson keeping it alive, and then Gabe Dines trying to tip it in. But Robert Morris, to start this game, made their first couple of 3s, and sometimes what happens when a game starts like that is you have a little bit of a tendency to fall in love with the 3, and I think they settled for a couple too many, and Andy Toole in the under 8 media timeout said, hey, let's try to get the ball in the paint. They've done a good job of getting on the offensive glass as well, winning the rebounding battle already by 7.
How about Gabe Dines at the free throw line there? He is a 45% free throw shooter, will look great on both of those. Knocks him down, and now a block on the other end, and here come the Penguins.
And I think that was Chris Carroll that time with the block. If he had gotten it, I think Gabe Dines was going to.
And Harper off the glass, no, able to get it back. I think he stepped on the line, he did.
I don't think Ty Harper ever established himself back in bounds before catching that basketball.
Youngstown State within 4. Chris Carroll getting the block. Usually it's a Youngstown State block. You think, oh, it's definitely Gabe Dines. Somebody else can block a shot too.
Well, Gabe Dines was right there, but if Chris Carroll didn't get that one I think Gabe Dines was going to get it.
Yeah. Now Fulgaris has it picked off. Ty Harper then fouled by Woods.
Again, just the presence of Gabe Dines in there. Amaro Fulgaris tried to put the ball on the floor. Ty Harper with the steal. And Cam Woods looking at the official like, what did I do? I was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, he was trying to get the offensive foul called, but to no avail. Just over 2.5 minutes to go in the first half of the Horizon League Championship game. Jason Nelson in the corner. Now Maxey with 3 seconds to shoot. 1 second to shoot, puts up the three and knocks it down.
What a big time shot there by Juwan Maxey. Almost fell down with the basketball, and Robert Morris could not have defended that possession any better. But Maxey knocking down a much needed three. All of a sudden back to a 1-point game. We're gonna get a cheap foul here off the ball. I think on Ty Harper, which will be his second. Youngstown State with 18 fouls, so Robert Morris going to the free throw line. Kind of a momentum killing foul right there after that three by Maxey.
It is. And we've seen a few of these in this tournament, David, with guys at the end of the shot clock just knocking down prayer threes.
Well, he almost dribbled the ball off his leg into the backcourt. Ryan Prather was right there. I mean, there's not a whole lot else you could do. Last thing in the world you want to do is foul.
Maxey 6th in the Horizon League in three-point shooting this year. And now the miss at the line, Dines the rebound, and Youngstown State can move ahead with a bucket.
A rare miss there by Josh Omajafo, 82% on the season. Coming up short on the front end.
Ayutendall lobs it inside Dines against Fulgaris. Dines, no. Loose on the floor, and it comes out to the Colonials. Omajafo through Maxey, lobs inside, and Plett puts it in.
Yeah, great pass there by Josh Omajafo. Because Gabe Dines was involved in the ball screen on the wing, he wasn't down there, couldn't recover in time. Youngstown State is trying to get Gabe Dines on the lob. They just got to throw a little bit better pass more towards the rim. It was open on that last possession. They just threw it behind him and he couldn't finish it in the air.
1:05 to go in the half. Here's Maxey again, the miss from three. Last play, Gabe Dines look at the official and telling him that he was contacted, but no call was made. Now Fulgaris whips inside Omajafo. Kick out Smith, stops on the baseline. Jumper off target. Maxey there for the rebound.
I thought DJ Smith should have just shot that ball on the catch. Not sure if he wasn't quite ready yet, but Youngstown State's going to use their timeout here.
33.7 seconds to go, first half. Quick timeout at the Horizon League Championship. (32-29), Robert Morris the lead on Youngstown State. 33.7 seconds to go, first half. Now, not only is the NCAA tournament bid on the line, but Robert Morris has never won the Horizon League title in 5 years in the league. Youngstown State has never been to the NCAA tournament. They reached it in Division II, but the last time they reached it in Division II was 1977. This is a program that has struggled for most of its existence in Division I. But over the last 3 years, they've had 20-plus win seasons. Jared Calhoun built this thing. Ethan Faulkner has taken it over. And the Penguins have become one of the premier teams in the Horizon League over the last 3 years. 7 seconds to shoot. Juwan Maxey denied by Fulgaris.
Great recovery there. Sliding over to block that by Fulgaris. But again, here now with 3 seconds on the shot clock, you got to be ready for Gabe Dines and keep an eye on Seem Ayutendall over on the opposite block.
They go to Carroll, 2 seconds to shoot. 1 shot clock violation against Youngstown State.
Great job there by Cam Woods getting in there to deflect that basketball. great defense. Now Robert Morris with a chance to go up at the very least 3, and Andy Toole's going to use his use it or lose it timeout.
30-second timeout, 32-29, Robert Morris the lead. Andy Toole wants to talk over this possession. We've got you covered on Selection Sunday once again. It all starts 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with Sports Center on ESPN. Reese and the guys look at the men's field of 68 as the brackets are announced, followed by bracketology with breakdowns of each region. Also have the women's bracket reveal at 8 p.m. End of the half, and that bucket will go for Robert Morris to give the Colonials a 5-point lead at the break. Cam Woods now with 13 points after that basket, and Robert Morris, the top seed in the Horizon League after winning the regular season championship, now 20 minutes away from a trip to the NCAA tournament, but just a 5-point lead, so we'll see what that second half brings us. But first, let's go back to the studio. Zubin, Seth, and Jay.
Jordan and David, thank you very much indeed. It's Champ Week. We are here inside the studio with the National Player of the Year, Jay Williams, the 2-time ACC Coach of the Year, Seth Greenberg. Zubin Mehenti, good game here. We've got Youngstown State never gone dancing. That's what's on the line for them in the second half. Robert Morris looking for its first bid in a decade. What are we seeing in the first half?
Seeing two teams that are obviously trying to get a bid to the NCAA tournament. I talked to Andy Toole today. He said baskets are going to be hard to come by. They are hard to come by. The job he's done over the course of his time at Robert Morris is phenomenal. Think about a win against Kentucky. Think about an NCAA tournament and winning a game in the NCAA tournament. Yep. This team is older, and he went to the D2 to get some transfers that gave him a little toughness and maturity to add to this group. 15 more wins. Guy's a hell of a coach. You saw it there in the last possession.
I'm shocked that he's still at Robert Morris, and it's great for them that he's been there for 15 years, especially with all the power school conferences plucking players from programs like his. So I've known Andy Toole since I've been 9 years old. We competed against each other in
AAU. Did he kick your rear end?
He did until he didn't.
He had a little grit to him.
He
now.
did until he didn't. But I will tell you, he was one of the most well-prepared individuals that there is in the game of basketball today.
Wow.
And he is poised to be a great coach at the next level if he chooses to be.
Penn grad, big time.
Yeah, you mentioned
Philly guy. You got to watch out. South Jersey, Philly. I mean, those guys are different.
Pocket.
You mentioned the last time they made it. It was a decade ago. That's when Robert Morris was a member of the Northeast Conference, and they've stayed their
Look at you.
What a segue.
That was professional.
Tonight, taking on St. Francis of Pennsylvania. Central Connecticut's going to retake the lead here. Back and forth game 11-10. Coach, this, if anything, was a defensive slugfest. Some shots, though, did fall.
Yeah, this Central Connecticut team's #1 in the Northeast Conference in offense and #2 in defense. Howie Dickerman, the former assistant coach of Connecticut, a legend at Central Connecticut, and Patrick Sellers doing a big time job. The guy's going to knock down a jumper at the next play. He's another Division II transfer that went to Central Connecticut and maybe putting them in position to maybe make the NCAA tournament. There's the steal by Hyde.
Good hands.
Big time hands.
By the way, Dickerman,
Okay.
Dickerman's at the game tonight, and Sellers back-to-back 20-win seasons. They've done a great job. Meanwhile, Jay, this could be one of the great stories. If Delaware can win 5 games in 5 days after winning just 5 regular season games in the CAA against Wilmington for a trip to the dance.
I mean, you talk about what NC State did last year, right? Like it's something similar. Teams get hot at the right time, Seth, and it's been a miraculous run thus far.
Yeah, they're playing a really good team in UNCW. By the way, Mike Bray in attendance, the last guy that helped bring them to the NCAA tournament in Delaware. But this UNC Wilmington team, they got 26 wins, 14-14, 14-4 in league play. Really well coached, play really hard, extend their defense, turn people over. They're fun to watch.
Seahawks up 5, off the miss. Karam 3, bang. We're back to talk about double OT in the ACC next. We're back at the halftime report. ACC Day 1. Virginia Tech rallying late. Coach trying to force overtime with Cal.
Baseline drive, baseline drift, good spot up, knock it down. Mike Young is a terrific offensive coach.
No doubt. We're in overtime where Tech keeps it going, but eventually, Jay, Cal would just turn it on. They got a couple of studs.
I always like to dummy this down. Peja Stojakovic's son, Stojakovic, an absolute beast right here on the block.
6'7" guard who can back it down, shoot the 3. He's a point, what I call a ball guard, a scoring point guard. He's really good off ball screens.
And one.
A little of his daddy's game.
Yeah, man.
Just make sure Batson doesn't dance.
Pitt, Notre Dame, that's because they got Stanford next. Pitt, Notre Dame, Zach Austin, the foul called on him. Where was the foul?
Worst call of the day. What do you think?
Worst call of the day.
Absolutely brutal. You don't, that's not a foul, but more importantly, you do not make that foul. 50-50 ball, absolutely blown call.
And that's going to allow Notre Dame to escape with a win.
Now, Notre Dame, they won this game. I mean, they did enough to win this game, but that call, can't make that.
By the way, that call doesn't happen if you box out. Little things,
Yeah. Let's take a look at the bracket here, guys. What's the number one thing people are thinking about when it comes to North Carolina and Notre Dame?
I'll tell you, North Carolina got actually thrown a curveball because Notre Dame is a quad 3 win, so now they only have an opportunity to win that game to have one more quad 2 win, which only gives them 7. Then they got Duke.
And the only way North Carolina gets to the tournament is if they beat Duke in the semifinals.
And Wake Forest, I'll tell you, Wake Forest has that Michigan win. They've got some good wins. They got some bad losses, though. That's a problem.
Yeah, so the fellas have put together their winners and sleepers from conference tournaments. There's a lot going on here, but guys, what's the one thing you each wanted to point out to our viewers?
I like Clemson. I think Clemson can be an Elite 8 team. So if you want to pick a sleeper in the ACC, I like Clemson. And I like BYU. I like their style of play in the Big 12.
I think Texas A&M, just because Texas A&M has proven that they could beat a lot of teams with their offensive rebounding. I'm going to go another one. I like Maryland. Maryland throws a lot of guards at you. Derek Queen is a name that I think could become a centerpiece in the NCAA tournament.
Tennessee wins that thing, they're going to end up on the one line.
Okay.
Ooh.
Back after this.
Enough
More on
I'm done with you.
28th straight WCC final.
We gon' push it to the limit, we gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we can ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever, we can ride together. So together we ride, certified. It's together we ride, so we gon' push it to the limit. We gon' rise together, side by side to the finish. Down the ride forever.
Later tonight on ESPN, Gonzaga playing in the WCC final for the 28th straight year. Graham Ike has been terrific.
Yeah, he started the second half off last night against San Francisco with 4 straight buckets, had 27 points, 10 rebounds. Him and Battle combined for 48 points. Gonzaga has the talent to be the best team in the WCC. We'll see if it actually follows through this evening.
And then these two guys, the player of the year and the great freshman from Oakland, Mikey Lewis, St. Mary's, is loaded in the backcourt.
Mikey Lewis is an absolute bucket. Comes off screen, shot ready, but this guy right there, Augustus Marciulionis, he is a complete ball guard. He can shoot the 3, can get downhill, makes the simple play. And Mikey Lewis, he comes off the bench with a very green light. You lived on a green light.
I love green lights.
That's coming up next on ESPN. Gallette's got more than a third of Youngstown's points. The second half is next.
You're watching ESPN's Champ Week presented by Principal. As we welcome you back to the Barbasol Horizon League Men's Basketball Championship with number 1 seed Robert Morris leading the 4th seed Youngstown State Penguins 34-29. Now for today's Experts at Work, brought to you by Principal.
Well, after a 23-point performance last night in the semifinals, Cam Woods picking up right where he left off, knocking down a couple of threes right out of the gate, really carrying the scoring load for the Colonials, but Nico Galette did his part to get the Penguins back in the game. 10 first half points, then it turned into a block party on both ends of the court. 8 combined blocks by both teams. Tongue twister out, 8 combined blocks. But a pretty good first half for both teams. Neither team shot it particularly well over the entire 20 minutes. Crucial shots at crucial times, but Youngstown State here is going to have to find a way to try to shut down the paint a little bit. 22 first half paint points there for Robert Morris.
That was a key reason that Robert Morris was able to hold off a couple of runs by Youngstown State. And now here we go with the second half of play. And it'll begin with the Colonials starting with the basketball. They started the first half on an 11-0 run. And of course, a 5-point game now. 20 minutes between these two teams and an NCAA tournament bid. Cam Woods had 13 first half points, and he starts the second half with a bucket.
He just does such a good job coming to a jump stop, which is crucial, playing off 2 feet. And then he just spins, pivots, takes his time, and he fades away in order to get that shot up over a taller defender.
And now Nico Gillette for 3 from the wing, and there's a nice answer.
You gotta love the designed play coming out of the locker room at halftime by Ethan Faulkner to get Nico Gillette a great look from behind the arc, and he was well behind the line on that one. Knocked that one down comfortably.
Nico Gillette now 13 in the game tonight. Alvaro Fulgaris going in on Gillette and throws that one way over the rim and then goes to the ground. Chris Carroll open for 3 on the left wing. Same place Gillette shot it, but this time comes up empty.
I like the fact that Robert Morris is trying to get the ball inside to Fulgaris to kind of try to get him going a little bit offensively. He just looks like he's rushing a little bit, not reading what the defense is doing and reacting because of it.
DJ Smith got open for 3 and drills it.
DJ Smith, just a basic little baseline runner, double stagger screen, and great second screen there. Gets Smith wide open, and his team's starting the game kind of how Robert Morris did there in that first half. Lights out from behind the 3.
Smith was held off the scoreboard in the first half. Finally hits a big one here to begin the second half. 7 to shoot now for the Penguins. Maxey, and it's a 3-point party to start the second half.
Sure is. And that was good defense. Juwan Maxey just knocking down a tough 3 off the bounce. Both teams very comfortable right now, putting up a bunch of 3s in this one.
DJ Smith the miss, the rebound Carroll for Youngstown State. Both teams seeking their first Horizon League championship. And for Youngstown State trying to get to the NCAA tournament for the first time in school history. Nico Gillette spinning on Smith. Into a double kick out, Carroll. Another 3, and that won't go.
And Chris Carroll has had 2 really good looks at it. Both have been right there, just unable to knock either one of them down. Good pass.
Fulgaris finding Smith, and another 3 for Robert Morris.
That was a great pass by Alvaro Fulgaris. Caught it on the break, didn't have anything, and just recognized the skip was open opposite. DJ Smith knocking down a couple of 3s to get the Colonials going here.
Now a turnover by YSU. Dickerson trying to run that down and flips it in the air, and it hit the backboard. The Penguins will come back down with it. Seam Ayudendal, kick to the wing. Carroll, another open 3, and this time it goes.
3rd time's a charm for Chris Carroll, and Cam Woods was frustrated with himself for turning that ball over and kind of let it affect his defense there. Robert Morris never got matched up, and if you're going to give Chris Carroll 3 wide open licks, eventually he's going to knock one down. He's got to do a better job of getting matched up in transition.
DJ Smith trying to get around Carroll. Feeds underneath Dickerson. Yes, and 1.
What is it about the second halves of these games where the offense just comes alive for both teams? We saw it last night. Here, Robert Morris, great find by DJ Smith. Marion Dickerson finishing, going to the free throw line. These teams just trading baskets right now. As happy as both coaches are going to be with how well they're playing offensively, they're going to have to pick it up a little bit on the defensive end and not just turn this into a shootout.
34-29 at halftime. It's already 10-9 in favor of Robert Morris. In just over 3.5 minutes of the second half. And Dickerson knocks down the free throw. Now a foul on DJ Smith away from the ball. First personal against DJ Smith. Bowling Green transfer. 4 out of the 5 starters for Robert Morris, different than a year ago due to the transfer portal. The one exception, the Horizon League Player of the Year in Alvaro Fulgaris. Feed inside, and Dines there for the slam.
It's amazing how much Youngstown State changes philosophically on offense when Gabe Dines is in the game. We saw it to start the second half. It was almost a 5-out, firing up 3s, and as soon as Dines comes in the game, he's going to pick up the foul right here, and a great finish by Josh Omajafo. Going to take us to our first media timeout. But a great finish by Josh Omajafo, drawing that foul on Gabe Dines, second leading shot blocker in the country. Colonials on fire to start this second half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. This is such a wonderful time of the year. Champ Week right now. We take a look at the tickets that have been punched. Lipscomb, High Point, Drake. Three of the teams that have already punched their ticket to the dance. SIUE, Omaha, Wofford, and Troy. Now will it be Youngstown State or will it be Robert Morris to reach the top of the Horizon League and go to the NCAA tournament? 15:42 remaining here in regulation. Now a foul coming up away from the ball. Ishmael Pleck going to be whistled for his first personal. Robert Morris Colonials in year 5 in the Horizon League, trying to get to the tournament for the first time from this conference. Youngstown State trying to get to the tournament for the first time in school history. They go inside for Dines again. Ty Harper found him. How do you stop that?
Well, the way Robert Morris is defending the ball screen, it's almost like what they call a drop coverage, where the guy guarding Gabe Dines is just dropping a little bit, but Dines is doing a great job of just rolling hard from point A to point B, and that's 2 great passes here in the first 5 minutes. All you got to do is throw it up to him. He's going to go finish.
This time, Dines redirects Omajafo. Another miss, and now Pleck there on the block to put it in off the window.
Gabe Dines is doing his part to go try to block the shot, but the other 4 guys for Youngstown State have to pick up the slack and go rebound. A lot of times, whoever the shot blocker is guarding goes unaccounted for. He gave up too many chances at it there for the Colonials.
Ayuknol the kick. Harper on the wing for 3. That's off target, off the fingers of Gillette. And Cam Woods comes down with it for Robert Morris. Cam Woods dribbles into the paint, altered by Dines, but a foul called.
He is just so hard to defend in a one-on-one type setting. Just has a great ability to just find a really narrow seam where there's just not a lot of space. He's got a very quick first step.
Cam Woods will go to the free throw line here for the Colonials. And the first one good. Cam Woods has been in double figures each game this season against Youngstown State. 14 in the first one, 17 in the second one. And now Cam Woods tonight, 15 points in this one. Nico Gillette picking up his 3rd foul. That's big. 14:24 left in this one. He really, with EJ Farmer out, has been the key to this Penguins team. And so with him on the bench, other guys are going to have to step up. It sounds cliche with this next man up mentality that everyone talks about, but it has been embodied by Youngstown State in this run. Here's Carroll underneath. No. Dines grabs the rebound through 2.
Great offensive rebound there by Gabe Dines in traffic to keep his possession alive.
Now Nelson is fouled by Prather.
Not much contact there. Certainly looked like Jason Nelson just slipped as much as anything.
Yeah.
Andy Toole trying to make his case. Well, isolation here for Chris Carroll.
There's Maxey, fouled on the 3, but misses. And Smith called for the foul. DJ Smith picking up his 2nd. This will give the Penguins an opportunity.
Well, The theme of this tournament so far has been fouling people on the three-point shot. We saw it 3 times last night. The biggest one, Ty Harper hitting the 3 to get fouled to win the game. Not much contact there, but officials saw it differently, so 3 free throws for Jawan Maxey. And Jawan Maxey has played very well against this Robert Morris team. Already knocked down a couple of threes here tonight. Missing that second free throw. He's a guy that can score in bunches in a hurry. And with Nico Collette out of the game, Jawan Maxey, Ty Harper, guys that are going to have to step up from a scoring standpoint.
Maxey had a career best 29 points against Milwaukee in late February. He has continued to pick up his scoring down the stretch for this Youngstown State team. Back within 6. Woods guarded tightly by Nelson. 12 to shoot now for Robert Morris. There's DJ Smith off target. Dines tips the rebound out to Harper for YSU.
Good possession there defensively by the Penguins.
Harper into the lane and draws the foul on Dickerson.
Again, this was a concern for Andy Toole coming into this game, especially Ty Harper. Youngstown State has a lot of different guys that can score in double figures at any given moment, so you can't really focus from a scouting standpoint on 2 or 3 guys. It really is just everybody out on the court. And with the exception of Gabe Dines, they're all great off the dribble and can all shoot the basketball.
And the first one good for Ty Harper, who showed that 3 that he hit last night that won the game for Youngstown State. At the time he made the shot, he was 0 for 9 from the field. He is 0 for 5 from the field tonight. Sometimes you look at a team when they make a run to a championship setting and you say, well, this guy really stepped up, that guy really stepped up. Youngstown State has overcome the fact that Harper, who is one of their best offensive players, has struggled in the 2 games here.
Well, he may be struggling from the field, but he's getting to the free throw line, and he's just a guy. That shot last night was the most timely shot of the tournament. There's no doubt about it.
Won the game. Now underneath, Woods. They go to Smith on the wing for 3. That's good. DJ Smith, all 9 points in the second half.
What a great decision that was by Alvaro Figueres. He had been struggling all game to shoot the basketball, so instead of taking a good open 3, he passed it to DJ Smith, who's made a couple threes. It was a great 3.
Oh, Maxey inside for Dines on the bucket and a foul. How high did Gabe Dines get on this play? Look at this.
Well, not only that, but how about the control ability to catch it and finish through the contact? A great pass by Jawan Maxey, threw it up to the perfect spot. That's the 3rd time now in the second half where Youngstown State has been effective with the roll, throw the lob up. Robert Morris is going to have to make an adjustment here on how they're playing those high middle ball screens.
And Dines hits the free throw. Now 4 fouls on the Horizon League Defensive Player of the Year, Amarion Dickerson.
And the 16th foul for Robert Morris, so Youngstown State in the bonus the rest of the way with over 12 minutes to go.
Smith knifes into the paint. Beautiful pass on Majafo, rejected by Dines. And Harper stepped on the line out of bounds, a turnover by the Penguins.
Has Gabe Dines been on defense one time tonight and not made a difference at some point? I mean, this is a great cut and a great pass, but Omajafo was a little turned around on the catch, but I'm telling you, you think that you've got to get your shot up on the rim quicker because he's going to come at least altered at the very worst. And he definitely changed that shot. You see right now just playing a one-man zone because Ismail Plett is not a three-point threat.
9 seconds to shoot for the Colonials. Woods going in, had it knocked out of bounds off of Harper. And it'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. The Youngstown State Penguins trailing by 4 with 11:55 to go, second half of the Horizon League Championship game. Big 12 Men's Championship is underway as well. In Cincinnati, already a win. Colorado, a 2-point victory over TCU, and the games will continue for the next few days with some great matchups. One of the best conferences in the country, but we've got a great one here, and Gabe Dines is making things happen for Youngstown State.
He absolutely is on both ends of the floor. 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocks. That doesn't even include how many shots he's changed around the rim, but here in the second half, bringing him back into the game and his simple screen and roll offense, throw it up to the rim, let the 7'3" sophomore go up and get it, really was a big reason why Youngstown State has been able to chip away at this lead. He has just been incredible. Watching his progress from a year ago, he had impact at times last year, but from a physical standpoint, just wasn't quite ready to play.
Fulgaris out of the timeout, misses the three underneath, and now a foul called on the rebound attempt.
Gabe Dines he was a freshman, he just wasn't strong enough, but his progress from a year ago to now has just been incredible to see. Good rebound there by Josh Omajafo. Robert Morris going back to the free throw line, but they're only 5 for 11 in this game. Normally a pretty good free throw shooting team, over 72% on the season.
First one good for Omajafo. You're right, though, about Gabe Dines. We've covered him now for his 2 years at Youngstown State, and the things that he continues to add to his game. And Ethan Faulkner, when he took over as head coach of this program, one of the reasons they wanted to get him into that head job early was to be able to keep guys like Gabe Dines. He remains as a Penguin in his second season. Another opportunity here for the Colonials after the rebound is saved by RMU. 5 to shoot. Cam Woods into the paint, blocked by Dines again. 5 blocks now for Dines. Carroll on the other end. That's good for 3.
How big of a sequence was that? Robert Morris misses the second free throw, gets an offensive rebound, blocked by Dines, and then a 3 on the other end. A huge turn of events there for the Penguins.
Omajafo in on Ayutendal. In the post, fades short. And the rebound to Ayutendal for Youngstown State. Two-point game. Robert Morris the lead. Ty Harper.
He was open again on that lob. Harper just didn't see him.
Dines grabs the rebound. And now Carroll for 3. That won't go.
Robert Morris, these last couple of possessions offensively, has kind of gotten away from their ball movement. We've mentioned it, they're a terrific passing team. It's been a lot of one-on-one these last couple of possessions. See if they get a little bit more movement here.
Cross-court pass, DJ Smith floats it. No. Rebound fought for, and Pletz got it. Now Fulgaris for 3. That won't go, and the rebound to Carroll. Robert Morris has led the entire night. Ty Harper into the lane, got stuck by the rim. Could have tied the game.
Robert Morris just simply fell asleep right there, and Ty Harper saw the opening. Gotta love the aggressiveness on the finish.
And now Fulgaris answers with a 3. What a sequence.
Alvaro Fulgaris had not been shooting the ball well, was only 1 of 7 before that 3, but what a huge time for the Horizon League Player of the Year to knock down his first made 3 of the game.
And now a push and a foul. Jason Nelson will get a shot at the line.
You gotta love, a lot of times when you're struggling to shoot the basketball, you can get a little hesitant, be afraid to keep shooting it, but Fulgaris there, no hesitation whatsoever, knocking it down.
Well, it's good to see Fulgaris get something going. He's got 5 points now tonight, 2 of 8 from the field. He has 5 rebounds and 5 assists. One of the brilliant parts of Fulgaris' game is even if he is not scoring, he affects the game in so many ways. He's not been as much of an offensive factor as you might have thought. in these 2 games in Indianapolis. Jason Nelson gets the free throw, first point of the game tonight.
Now that Alvaro Folgueras has knocked that 3 down and Gabe Dines still in the game. If Robert Morris here goes back to that pick and pop type action. Try to involve Gabe Dines. Now Gabe Dines is on Ishmael Pledge, who's a non-shooter, so a good adjustment there by Ethan Faulkner from a matchup standpoint.
Pledge guarded by Dines. Dines goes down to help. They roll it around. Prather for 3 from the wing. Cashes it in.
A great ball movement there. DJ Smith drove baseline, and a great extra kick to Ryan Prather, knocking down the 3. Every time Robert Morris has got dribble penetration, got the ball in the lane, their spacing is so good. They've got great shooters out there, and Prather knocking down the second of back-to-back 3s for the Colonials.
Extending the lead to 6 for Robert Morris. And now Ty Harper will get to the line.
Robert Morris is going to have to defend better here over these last 8 minutes without fouling.
TJ Smith picking up his 3rd foul. Dickerson's got 4, Smith has 3. Something to watch for the Colonials. Here as the clock trickles down in this Horizon League Championship game.
Robert Morris is a team that only plays 7 guys. So very, very short bench. Dickerson's been sitting over there for a while, and Youngstown State on the flip side is going to have to step up and knock these free throws down, especially if Robert Morris is going to continue to make these 3s.
Well, after last night, they struggled so much at the line, David. They're 10 of 12 so far tonight. They picked things back up from the line, but every shot now is huge. 1 out of 2 for Ty Harper.
One of the few times tonight we've seen Youngstown State pick up a little bit here full court.
Corteva Coliseum in Indianapolis, the Horizon League Championship game. Both teams trying to represent this league for the first time in the NCAA tournament. Folgueras, the kick, open is Omajafo, and he drills the 3.
And again, how about the pass by Alvaro Folgueras? Just great job. Backed his defender down. Thought he may try to go up and score, but the entire defense for Youngstown collapsed. Just a great kick-out pass.
Robert Morris has made 3 straight field goals. They've extended the lead out to 8. Make it 6 as Nelson gets one off the window.
Alvaro Folgueras impacting the game without scoring, and again, just a great read. Omajafo knocking down the 3. Robert Morris trying to hang on.
Coming up next on ESPN at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, it's the West Coast Conference Championship game. Gonzaga taking on St. Mary's in Las Vegas. And the Zags have played in every WCC championship game since 1998, 27 straight years. And I feel like we have read a promo about Gonzaga and St. Mary's playing in the West Coast Conference Championship game. How many times have we had that matchup? 2 great programs.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around 27 straight years in the conference championship game.
It seems like a typo. I mean, it's truly remarkable. I mean, Mark Few, what an incredible career. 6-point lead for the Robert Morris Colonials, the 1 seed, the regular season champ in the Horizon League. And now Gabe Dines is called for the foul on the entry pass to Omajafo, and it brings us to another timeout on the floor as Dines picks up his 3rd foul. 6-point game in the Horizon League Championship. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. No greater proof than all these men with their beautiful bald heads, thanks to that Barbasol shaving cream. Back here at Corteva Coliseum, 63-57. Robert Morris the lead with 7:44 to go here in the Horizon League Championship. Robert Morris started this game out smoking hot. They had an 11-0 run. They've not trailed tonight. Youngstown State 15 points off 6 RMU turnovers, but Gabe Dines has been the force that has kept the Penguins in it. 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks.
Well, the big reason why Robert Morris has been able to maintain this lead here in the second half, they've made 6 threes, but they also only have 1 turnover. So 12 of those 15 points off turnovers for Youngstown State came in the first half. So Robert Morris doing a much better job taking care of the basketball. Seems like Youngstown is, whatever they've done, as well as they've shot the ball and played, they just can't seem to close this gap.
Jawan Maxey, a 3 from the wing. That's good. That'll help close the gap. Down to 5.
Ethan Faulkner wanted his guys to pick up full court there to try to maybe force Robert Morris to pick up the pace here a little bit, try to force some of those turnovers they were getting in the first half.
Now Fulgaris finding Cam Woods along the baseline. Fulgaris thought about shooting there, 5 to shoot. Lost the handle and turned it over.
There you go, right on cue. There's it. Turnover, that one a little unforced. Just Alvaro Fulgaris trying to go there at the end of the shot clock. Just loses control of it. Jawan Maxey last time down, knocking down a huge 3. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ethan Faulkner go right back to him. Run him off some kind of baseline screen here.
Nelson trying to get into the lane and trapped. And now Dines against Fulgaris. 10 to shoot. Here's Gillette against Ishmael Plett. Gillette, fadeaway jumper. That's in and out, and the rebound, Omajafo. He almost got that to go.
He did. As soon as he let it go, I was like, man, that's got a good chance of going in. But that was good defense by Ishmael Plett there, challenging that shot.
Now Cam Woods. Plett rolled to the basket. Woods will take the 3 instead. Too strong. Rebounded Prather. In the corner, Omajafo got Dines in the air. Now gets to the bucket. No. Grabbed his own rebound and a foul called.
And that was a great pass by Fulgaris to wide open Omajafo, but Gabe Dines just closed out so well, he had to put the ball on the floor. See, great pass, he was open, but then Dines just closed out and challenged it. No call initially, but then Jason Nelson just getting caught on the reach in there. It's a 16 foul for Youngstown State, so both teams shoot free throws the rest of the way.
And the inbound to Plett. DJ Smith down low, Fulgaris the bucket and the foul.
And a great call by Andy Toole. Gabe Dines out of the game. A little cross screen with the dribble handoff up top. So here comes the dribble handoff and then a cross screen to Fulgaris to get him to look on the block. Don't have to worry about the shot blocker in there. I love the call to go inside. Fulgaris able to finish. Chance for the 3-point play.
And Fulgaris knocks down the free throw. Now 8 points in the game for Fulgaris, along with 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Horizon League Player of the Year. 8-point lead again for Robert Morris. Down low, Gillette will lay it in off a nice pass from Nelson.
And again, Robert Morris just really struggling with that ball screen defense. The guy guarding the screener is just dropping too low, and the guard's not recovering in time to release the defender back to the screener.
Omajafo leaving off for Fulgaris, but they're going to call a foul before the shot. That'll go on Chris Carroll, much to the dismay of the Robert Morris fans that wanted the bucket.
And I think that was a good call because Omajafo had already left his feet. You see Chris Carroll, 15 there in red, never got his feet totally set. Was still sliding over. Big free throws here for the Colonials. Again, they have struggled tonight. 9 for 16 so far in this game.
Chris Carroll now 4 fouls for Youngstown State. And the first free throw good from Omajafo. Josh Omajafo, a D2 transfer from Gannon, and he has done an outstanding job for this Robert Morris team. 11 points per game this year. Knocks down the next free throw. 16 for him, and back into the game comes Dines, predictably, with Carroll having 4 fouls.
If I'm Youngstown State right here, I go right back to that high ball screen until Robert Morris shows that they can stop it. And the lob threat obviously is right back into the game. Here it comes. Dines hesitated that time on the roll. Got to roll faster to the rim.
Nelson on the elbow out to Ayudendal for 3. No. Rebounded Omajafo through 2 Penguins. Now trying to get through some contact, no call. Skip pass, Fulgaris for 3. He drills it. Nine-point Robert Morris lead. And what a big shot from the player of the year.
What a swing. That's a 6-point swing right there. Ayudendal missed. Robert Morris knocks one down on the other end. You get a foul on Cam Woods here. But a great job by Robert Morris not to turn the ball over. And that's one of those where maybe you want to bring it out and use a little bit of clock, but you got to love the zero hesitation from your player of the year, knocking down a huge 3.
That's when your big guys have to step up. In the later minutes of a championship game, Fulgaris has been quieter offensively than you might have expected in the 2 games here in Indianapolis. But that was a big shot from the first-team All-League player.
I just love the fact that he didn't hesitate one bit.
Yeah. Stepped right into it, drilled the 3, and now a miss at the free throw line. So another opportunity for the Colonials to extend the lead. Fulgaris. That time won't go over Dines. And then Nelson trying to save it. They're going to get Woods for a foul.
A little bit of a heat check there for Alvaro Fulgaris.
Taking the 3. Well, normally a guy like Alvaro Fulgaris, who is 6'9", is going to be able to take a 3 with no hand in his face. But what Gabe Dines is standing there at 7'3", that's an obstructed shot.
And without question, and it's not a good foul there. Didn't look like a lot of contact. Cam Woods, but Jason Nelson going to the free throw line. And if you're Youngstown State right now, down double digits, got to have every single one of these points.
Jason Nelson knocks down the free throw. Nelson, the VCU transfer, has been a key player off the bench for the Penguins, running the point. 1 out of 2. And out of bounds. The Colonial basketball with 4:13 left, and now a 10-point lead. And you said it earlier, David. Feels like every time Youngstown State tries to close the gap, the Colonials have had an answer.
They have, and it's been different guys. And but that's, again, that's why they've won 15 out of their last 16 games. And we're just a force to be reckoned with over the last month and a half of Horizon League play. And almost a near turnover there. That almost came right into your hands.
I was ready.
Yeah, debatable.
Probably would have had to drop my pen. Under 4 minutes to go. 10 on the shot clock for Robert Morris. Woods whips it behind him. Fulgaris with 3 to shoot. Dines with another block. Maxey on the move into the paint. Throws traffic and lays it off the glass.
Marion Dickerson with those 4 fouls has to just stand there. Youngstown State bringing the full court pressure again. Almost a turnover that last time.
This time the Colonials beat the pressure, and Dickerson there for the slam.
Great execution there. Cam Woods just breaking that pressure. Great advance pass to Dickerson. And Youngstown State right now, this clock is not your ally. You got to go quick here.
Here's Collette, misses the three. And the Colonials with a 10-point lead and 3 minutes to go. Their fans starting to smell a Horizon League championship. Here's Woods. Now Fulgaris with 5 to shoot against Dine. Steps back, 3 try. It falls through! Point lead for the Colonials, who are 2 minutes and 33 seconds away from reaching the top and going to the NCAA tournament.
Seth and Zubin in the studio. NEC championship tied at 43. St. Francis with it in the final second.
Keep the ball in front, set your defense. Keep the ball in front, set your defense. Great job, St. Francis. Driving it down, pull up, bam. Knock down the jumper. See, St. Francis got their defense set. They're keeping the ball in front. Good job of helping. Forced the turnover.
Just like that, 3-point game. Final 1.6 seconds on ESPN2. There's your back-to-back conference player of the year.
Stu, it's hard to keep out of the lane and shoot the three. He's a ball guard, a scoring point guard with size and toughness. Plays a lot like his daddy did.
Yes, Sarunish. St. Mary's looking for their 3rd win against Gonzaga in 3 tries. Guys, it's next.
All right, thank you very much. And right now, Robert Morris, 2 minutes and 33 seconds away from reaching the NCAA tournament as members of the Horizon League. Youngstown State needs to make up a lot of points here to reach the NCAA tournament for the first time. First trip to the Horizon League championship game, and that in and of itself a great accomplishment for this Penguin program. And now Gillette the bucket, and he'll go to the line. Nico Gillette now 17 points in this one. Fulgaris picking up his 2nd personal foul. And the Horizon League Player of the Year has really stepped up down the stretch for Robert Morris.
Without question, knocking down a couple of massive 3-pointers, and that last one before the break, a step back over the 7-3. Gabe Dines got the friendly roll. And if you're Robert Morris right now, obviously you're in the driver's seat, but you got to take care of the ball here against this pressure. Did a good job that last time of handling it.
A steal. Here's Gillette finding Nelson for the basket.
Yeah, that is less than ideal, needless to say. You just cannot allow yourself to get trapped. You got to get rid of the ball or advance it up the court by dribbling. DJ Smith is quick enough to dribble around that trap. But the worst thing in the world you can do is catch it there in that corner and then retreat backwards. Good job by Youngstown State. Now this is going to turn into a free throw shooting contest.
And Chris Carroll is fouled out of the game. So Chris Carroll finishes with 8 points and 3 rebounds, 5 personal fouls. The junior from Tallahassee, Florida, one of the key additions to this Penguins program after the coaching change. DJ Smith will go to the free throw line for Robert Morris, up by 8 with 2:06 to go in the Horizon League Championship. And Smith knocks down the first free throw.
If you're Robert Morris right now defensively, just no threes, no fouls, but as important as anything, no offensive rebounds for Youngstown State. That's how that last 3-point play happened, and then take care of the basketball. But for Youngstown here, you obviously got to go quickly here, score, get your pressure set up, and to hope a little bit.
Yeah, no time to waste. They're under 2 minutes to go. Lob inside for Dines. Almost had it taken away, and now it is. Cam Woods picked his pocket.
And that's frustrating as a former big guy to see Gabe Dines, who's had an unbelievable game, just brought it down. You just can't do that. When you do that, you bring everybody else into play. Just keep it up and go finish. One of the very rare mistakes Gabe Dines has had tonight. He's had a terrific basketball game.
Well, I think in terms of the potential for game dimes, the arrow is pointing up. And this kid has really improved year to year for Youngstown State. And for Robert Morris with 1:46 to go, Andy Toole remaking a team that went 10-22 a season ago, 6-14 in the Horizon League. They lost 7 straight to end last year. They flipped the script this year. Their first Horizon League regular season championship. And now, less than 2 minutes away from winning the title and going to the NCAA tournament.
Not only that, started out Horizon League play this year 2-4, and then went 13-1 over their last 14 games.
Just a remarkable run. Now Maxey for 3 and drills it. And now a timeout taken by Youngstown State with 1:30 to go. Now, let's take a look at tonight's close shave play of the game, brought to you by Barbasol.
The Horizon League Player of the Year, Alvaro Folgueras, with a step back, getting the friendly roll in the neutral court. But give him credit, struggled last night against Oakland, struggled in the first half of this game, but has absolutely come alive when Andy Toole needed it most here in this second half. Knocking down a couple of huge threes and had some great passes as well to teammates who knocked down threes as well. And Oakland as a team in this, or excuse me, Robert Morris in this game as a team, I'll get that right at some point, has knocked down 11 threes overall. So a team that relied fairly well on the season, knocking down 11 here tonight.
And that is tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Barbasol, Alvaro Folgueras. Well, of course, Player of the Year in the league steps up big late. Certainly in this second half, he has shown you why he earned that honor and was first team all-league. And last year, towards the end of the season, even though the Colonials were struggling, Folgueras started to get into the starting lineup for Andy Toole. He started to build some confidence in Folgueras and what he could be, and challenged him in the offseason to take that next step in his game. And because of his contributions and the ability to add through the portal, Andy Toole has turned around the Colonials in a remarkable fashion. And now Josh Omajafo, one of those pieces who transferred in from Gannon in Division II, his first career double-double tonight, 17 points and 11 rebounds. Make it 18.
Well, that's why they were such a great team all year. They just got contributions from everybody whenever they stepped on the court. Andy Toole spent some time in that last stoppage right there with the free throws, telling those guys no threes.
And Collette hits a 3.
Andy Toole just waving his arms in the air saying, guys, we can't keep trading threes for 2s here.
So a timeout with 1:18 left. Youngstown State wants to talk things over. 83-76 the score. The Robert Morris Colonials trying to hang on and win the Horizon League Championship to earn a trip to the NCAA tournament.
Just a very simple high ball screen. No switch, but Folgueras just a little late get back, and you see there just rolled his left ankle a little awkwardly when he planted.
So Andy Toole talking things over with his Colonials team, the Horizon League Coach of the Year, who is so successful with this program dating back to their days in the Northeast Conference. They were tournament winners in 2011, 12, 14, 15, and then 20. And now the Colonials trying to win the Horizon League tournament for the first time.
This timeout right now, he is telling his guys, it's a minute 18 to go, but the way they've shot the basketball these last few minutes, this game is far from over. I know that sounds like a cliche, but Robert Morris was just up 11 points. Now it's just 7, and they just got a turnover in their pressure here. So Robert Morris has 3 timeouts left. That was the last one for Youngstown State, so they are all out. But you got to take care of the basketball here. I mean, we have, across college basketball over the years in situations like this, we have seen some crazier things happen.
Well, and in this league, you and I have seen a lot of crazy things. DJ Smith across the floor, a dangerous pass, but Folgueras able to find Omajafo, slams it home with 1:08 to go.
Andy Toole going to take a timeout here to get the defensive lineup he wants in the game, but very fortunate there. DJ Smith, not a great pass. But Fulgaris able to gather it. Omajafo with the easy dunk. Still probably a little unsettling there if you're Andy Toole trying to break that pressure. Right now, just switch everything. Switch everything, no threes. If they go by us and lay it in, that's fine. You live with that. But no threes, no fouls, no offensive rebounds.
9-point lead for Robert Morris with 1:08 left. Youngstown State, not a lot of time to chip away here. They're not a great three-point shooting team, though tonight they have shot almost 41% from distance. They've taken 27 threes and made 11. Jason Nelson. Down to a minute to go. Driving, misses there. Rebounded Omajafo, and a foul called with 57 seconds to go. Juwan Maxey picking up his second personal foul. Josh Omajafo will go to the free throw line. 20 points, 12 rebounds tonight, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line for the junior, who has certainly stepped up in the biggest game of the year for Robert Morris.
Without question, and this has been a collective team effort offensively. The way they started the game, came out just shooting lights out, pretty much continued it over these last 39 minutes. It's an incredible performance by Robert Morris. And Youngstown State seemed a couple times here in the second half like they were trying to make a run and get back in it. They just could never get it to the point where they could tie it. They always stayed at 4, if not more. Just couldn't quite tie it up. They're going to come up a little bit short.
Nico Gillette for 3. That won't go. Rebound fought for by Omajafo. And down the floor is Dickerson, and they're going to waste some clock down. Another Youngstown State foul with 32.9 seconds left. And the fans that have made their way in from Moon Township to Indianapolis are getting ready to celebrate. Josh Omajafo, now 23 points and a career best 13 rebounds tonight. Trying to ice this game away at the free throw line. Omajafo hits the second. 23 and 13 tonight. Youngstown State has no choice but to put it up. Maxey the miss. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Penguins. Youngstown State reaching the Horizon League Championship game for the first time tonight, David. Certainly disappointment in not being able to finally get to the NCAA tournament, but what a run for the Penguins as well, as Maxey scores here.
And a huge credit to Ethan Faulkner and his staff taking over for Jared Calhoun. A great season, but this has been Robert Morris's year, and rightfully so. They will be going to the NCAA tournament next week.
So for the first time in their 5-year tenure in the Horizon League, the Robert Morris Colonials are going to represent the Horizon League in the NCAA tournament. The Robert Morris Colonials, Horizon League champions for the first time. And Andy Toole's bunch moves to 26 and 8 and finishes the job with 10 straight wins and 16 of 17 to capture another ticket to the NCAA tournament. So for David Padgett, my name is Jordan Burnfield, and for our entire crew, thanks so much for joining us here in Indianapolis. We will go next to the West Coast Conference Championship. Gonzaga against St. Mary's. Dave Fleming and Sean Farnham have the call. Take it away, guys.